What's going on, everyone? You are listening to Locked On Now NHL, local experts on the biggest stories on the ice. I'm your host, Kim Becker, and thank you for making us your first listen every weekday. We've got our Locked On NHL hosts here to tell you everything you need to know from around hockey last night. Last night's biggest game saw a fan favorite return to the net in Boston.
The biggest game.
The Boston Bruins went up 2-0 early against the Flyers on Thursday, and while Philly mounted a comeback, it wasn't quite enough to get past Boston and their new goaltender, who isn't actually all that new. Locked On Bruins explains.
It's something he's done many times before, but in 2022, Tuukka Rask winning a game for the Boston Bruins is very noteworthy. This is Ian McLaren, host of Locked On Boston Bruins, and the Black and Gold have won another game in the new year, improving their record to 7-1. And Tuukka Rask earning the victory in his first game back following off-season hip surgery, signing a 1-year, $1 million contract on Tuesday, back between the pipes. The Bruins made things perhaps a bit too interesting in the third period, giving the Flyers ample opportunity to tie things up. And they were playing with three regular defensemen out of the lineup, which is not ideal for any goaltender. But Tuukka Rask stood strong. David Pastrnak recorded a hat trick one night after Brad Marchand did the same thing. And the Bruins defeat the Philadelphia Flyers by a score of 3-2, thanks to Tuukka Rask and thanks to David Pastrnak. Be sure to subscribe to Locked On Boston Bruins for all the latest on this team.
The Islanders and Devils didn't play the cleanest game of hockey last night, but somebody had to come out on top, and New York took advantage of the opportunity. Our Locked On Islanders host recaps a few things from the matchup from Long Island.
Gil Martin of Locked On Islanders here. Isles edged the Devils 3-2. It wasn't always pretty, but it was an important 2 points for the New York Islanders. They were inconsistent. The 12-day layoff in between games certainly showing at times, but some good signs for the Islanders as well. Zach Parise playing a solid game. Josh Bailey playing probably one of his better games of the season. Noah Dobson continuing to come along and develop. And overall, the Islanders getting the job done. Matthew Barzal with the big game-winning goal in the final 5 minutes. Islanders win it 3-2, 2 points in regulation, and they can begin this crucial 11-game stretch before the All-Star break with a win. For more, listen to the Locked On Islanders podcast with me, Gil Martin, wherever you get podcasts.
The Sharks put 37 shots on goal against the Rangers on Thursday, but none of them found the back of the net. Locked On Sharks explains why the scoring went cold for San Jose.
The Sharks' win streak has been snapped at 3. I'm JD Young of Locked On Sharks. The Sharks fall 3-0 to the New York Rangers in a game where the Sharks honestly outplayed the Rangers for a majority of the game. But Igor Shesterkin was on another level tonight, stopping all 37 shots from the San Jose Sharks. This game had a lot to it. It was actually a very entertaining and fun game with a lot of energy in it. Tons of scraps, tons of fights. Timo Meier was proving why he's an all-star. But we'll have a full breakdown of tonight's game. So make sure you subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, subscribe to us on YouTube.
And that's a wrap for us. Thanks so much for making Locked On Now your first listen every day. For more on the National Hockey League and your favorite team, make your second listen Locked On NHL and your team's Locked On podcast. I'm Kim Becker. This has been Locked On Now, Locked On your team every day.